What is up, weather enthusiasts? I'm your host, Pat's Path Predictor. Let's get right into the weather. Alright, so this is the situation we have right here. We have a very big situation going on right now in Puerto Rico, and let me explain what's going on. First of all, Fiona is now a hurricane, and it has winds of 85 miles per hour. It is making a northwest jog towards Puerto Rico, and we are expecting landfall there in the next few hours. So that's basically what we're looking at right there, 85 mile per hour winds. We do have a surface observation at Ponce Isla de Gata, Puerto Rico. Recently recorded a wind of 69 miles per hour and a gust of 103, ladies and gentlemen. 103 miles per hour. And the minimum central pressure is 986 millibars right there. So, yeah, I've noticed the pressure was falling consistently last night, even though the winds were officially at 60 miles per hour. Then went up to 70, then 80, and now 85 miles per hour. If we take a look at the cone, it is now expected to become a major hurricane by Wednesday, with winds of 115 miles per hour. And if that moves more towards the east, Bermuda could see a landfall in the next few days. We also have other track models that now potentially anticipate a potential Newfoundland landfall right there as well, out 6 days. And it's not just one model run right there. We have several of them going on right here. We'll have to take it with a grain of salt, but for now, if you're in Newfoundland and you're watching this, I would continue to watch the situation very closely. So, yeah, that's basically the situation we have right here. This is also, we have hurricane warnings for the entire island of Puerto Rico. We have a hurricane warning for the eastern half of the Dominican Republic, as this hurricane is expected to either make a very close pass to or landfall in the Dominican Republic, depending on the model right there. Track models do have some scenarios making a very close clipping landfall in the very eastern tip of the Dominican Republic before moving on. And we also have tropical storm warnings for more into the Dominican Republic. We have now a tropical storm watch for the Turks and Caicos and parts of the Bahamas right there. So this is no joke we're looking at right here. So that's what we're looking at. And what's fueling this huge system be strengthening? This massive warm water right there. We're looking at 28 degrees Celsius or 83 degrees Fahrenheit. That's what's causing this thing to warm so much. Not warm, but you know what I mean, to strengthen so much. The wind shear, it looks like to me that the wind shear is not really doing anything to it anymore. So, yeah, it may be limiting the rate of intensification, but it's really not doing that much when it even comes to that, because it's already strengthened 25 miles per hour in the last 24 hours. So that's a pretty robust intensification cycle. We already looked at the track models. Let's look at the intensity models. Intensity models, majority of the models have it as a Category 3 hurricane moving through, with many models have it rapidly weakening after day 6. We have some have it going up to Category 4. Category 4 right there. So, yeah, my range of maximum intensity is between, I will go with 110 to 125 miles per hour. That's where I'm leaving it right there. But right now, that's not the focus. The focus for right now is this thing approaching Puerto Rico as a hurricane right there. There's going to be a lot of flooding in Puerto Rico. We're still looking at over a foot of rain still to come. We are still looking at even more rainfall happening in the Dominican Republic. They haven't even seen that many impacts from it just yet. They're seeing a little bit of the outer bands, but that's about it. So that's where we're looking at right now, and that's why I'm taking this so serious, quite frankly, because this thing exceeded all expectations. It was originally supposed to be a 45 mile per hour tropical storm, make landfall in the Leeward Islands as such, and slowly strengthen to 50 miles per hour as it was approaching the Dominican Republic. Now we have an 85 mile per hour hurricane that is still strengthening and is approaching land in Puerto Rico right there. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and run some model runs with you guys. We're going to start with the H-WRF, then we'll do the H-MON, then the GFS. The H-WRF run is pretty interesting. This is where it's at. We're already further to the west. The H-WRF has been kind of the more eastward trending model over the last few days. The H-WRF has this making landfall in Puerto Rico and a very close brush to the Dominican Republic right there. Hurricane force winds are definitely going to be, at least in the eastern part of it. And then it's moving east to the Turks and Caicos. They could see some tropical storm force winds, but that's it. And then it moves off. It continues to strengthen. We're looking at a 941 millibar system right there. 850 winds of almost 150 knots right there. And this thing is also growing in size as it's moving further to the north, ladies and gentlemen, right here. So, yeah, and if we take a look at this, the Bermuda's right there. Bermuda could definitely see some hurricane force winds with this. I wouldn't be surprised if, at least with this run, a hurricane warning is issued according to the HWRF, and then it kind of moves out to sea after that. Although it does end up the winds in the 850 millibars do get stronger. I don't think all that's going to be reaching to the ground or anything like that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the HMON model run, because this is also pretty interesting. We're taking a look at right here. This moves through right here, and then kind of actually doesn't make landfall, but this was initiated at 7 a.m. It hasn't taken into account that northwestward jog. This actually makes a close brush by the Puerto Rico and makes landfall in the Dominican Republic right there. Turks and Caicos could see some tropical storm force winds. Then this thing starts intensifying and strengthening as potentially a Category 3 hurricane right there. It then approaches Bermuda once again right here. So, yeah, Bermuda could definitely see tropical storm force winds. The HMON has is moving further to the west right there, and then it kind of moves further out to sea. Right there, if we take a look at the track models, yeah, it only goes 5 days out. These long-range 7-day models right there, they're the ones that have this making landfall in Newfoundland right here. So this is what we're looking at. Let's look at the GFS systems right there. This is it. The GFS has this making landfall on Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic right there. The Turks and Caicos don't see that many impacts. Then continues intensifying and strengthening as it approaches Bermuda. Bermuda could definitely get in the eye wall of the system according to the GFS right there. And then it continues to move through. It makes a very close pass by Newfoundland, especially in St. John's right there. This is where St. John's is. And then it moves out to sea, and that's the last we'll hear of it. So that's what we're going to wrap up this video right here for today, guys. I will update you guys once this thing makes landfall in Puerto Rico and what we're going to be looking at from then on. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. It helps me out and helps me make more videos like these. The goal of this channel is to get more people engaged with weather. But with that being said, have a wonderful day. Stay safe.